Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, YouTubers of all ages, it is I am Gamer0232 coming at you with my first impressions of Infestation Survivor Stories. Now a little bit before I get into gameplay, I've played the game when it was War Z. I probably quit 2 to 3 months before it actually turned into Infestation. I don't know what the whole deal was with the name change. But I had stopped playing. I was playing with a group and we kind of all fell off and went different games, our different ways. But with the hype of DayZ standalone, I decided I gotta get back in the game, see what they changed, and just give my first impressions of if they're going in the right direction, I find, or if they're just at a standstill. So what I did was I deleted all my characters. I started fresh with this guy. The loading screen took really long, so I didn't want to do that whole make a character for y'all and let y'all see that whole process. But things I noticed so far, they upped the server population. You can have 200 people per server now, which I think is great. The more people, the better. Another thing I noticed, that on the public test servers, they are actually testing 2 new maps, it looks like. Which one I think was California, one was Cliffside, which I think is great. A new map would bring a whole lot more to this game. But to start off, I'm going to show you I'm on a new character. Only the flashlight in my inventory. Another thing I noticed that I've never seen before is this wood, stone, and metal. I have no clue what that means. I'm guessing you can either find this on the ground or you can harvest this some kind of way. And you'll be able to maybe make things, repair things. I'm not sure. If we come across this in the gameplay, great. If we don't, hopefully we'll get into it in another video. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to see where I'm at on this map. As you can see, it's dark. It's not my favorite time to be in the game. The one thing I really like about the game, when you start off, you have a map. And you can party people. So, if your guy's way over here at NORAD military base and you're right here, you'll be able to see where each other's at and you can get to them. Which I think is great. It would be kind of crappy if you had to go find a map and had no clue where you were going. So, this is one thing I really like about the game, which I had before, but I just want to point this out for people that don't know much about the game. So I am by a farm and kind of close to the city. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I see a city right here, so I'm going to head this way, try to get some gear. If you hit tab, you can see I'm not on a big server, 23, 24 players. I didn't want to jump into like a 100 player, 200 player server and die 15 times and you don't really get to see the gameplay. So I'm going to start small. Once I get going again, I'm going to do more videos of more gameplay, and hopefully you'll be able to see more of the game. But right now you can see I'm running to, it looks like this is going to be Parkville. Another thing in the corner is this little green guy standing on this little green circle. I'm not sure what that is, if that's a radar or something new. I guess I'll find out in a little while. I guess let me point out a couple more things before I actually get into the town and zombies start attacking me or people start shooting at me. I'll get behind this tree. As you can see, the graphics are real good. You can see my shadow on the tree, which I think is really cool. Alright, another thing, let me point out, we got chat, we got a global chat, kind of local chat. I think there's voice chat now. I never really used it, but I think that's real cool if they added that. At the bottom right here where there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, that's kind of like a hotbar, I would call it, where you can put different items in the slots and press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hurry up and pull them out and use them. That's good for guns, you know, melee weapons, food, antibiotics, things like that nature. Down in the left hand corner you can see a picture of a body that's full red. That's my health bar. Every time I get hit or shot, it'll go down a little bit. Now if you have a percent, if you get hit by a zombie and there's a percent in that picture of that little guy, that means you're infected. You need to find a vaccine, or slowly but surely you'll get more infected and end up dying. Which I think is a cool feature in the game, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. When you're searching buildings and buildings, especially on a high population server, to find that one vaccine and you're just dying a little bit at a time and you got great gear on you, it can be a pain. Now the white bars around that guy is food and water. Those bars will drop a little bit at a time. You need to get your food up, you need to get your water up to survive. Another one I'll show you, these little yellow bars that go around when you hit shift is a stamina bar. That's how much stamina you got. It will show you how long you can run before you start breaking down and have to walk again and be out of breath. So that's kind of the basics of the game. You move. I like to use the A, D, W, and S to zoom in, right click to swing, left click. Pretty basic keys to work with. So I find it's a real easy game to jump in and just get playing, especially if you like zombie, survival, apocalypse games. It's a good game. Now to use your flashlight, which you can see is dark, to try to get around, you just hit F, it'll turn it on. And I'm not going to try to really get away from the zombies. I'll try to run straight through them to get some gear so I can show you as much game footage as I can without dancing around zombies. So as you can see, there's one in front of me. Now you got to make sure, you got to look around sometimes because they'll pop out on the ground in front of you and just hit you from the back, which is kind of weird. But I'm guessing you can see the thing at the top right is turning red. I'm guessing that's a radar saying I'm in danger of zombies. I'm getting close to the zombies. There's a police zombie. We're going to try to knock him in the head a couple times with the flashlight. And another good hint, when you're fighting zombies, kind of aim a little above the head when you're hitting them. I find it does more damage. And just swing as fast as you can to kill him. So we're going to try to scavenge this building right here. See if we can find any good loot to help us survive a little. Now you can hear the zombies. The sound effects are great, I find, in the game. Oh, a Santa Claus zombie. Santa Claus zombie, oh lord. Never seen that before. It must be one of the Christmas add-ons. But another thing is, when you're fighting zombies, I got hit once, as you can see, I'm down a little health. But another good tip, when you're fighting zombies, I like to hit back up and kind of move and keep them a little distance from me. It helps keep a little distance and survive a little better, I think. You won't get hit as much. Alright, and we're going to start right here. And this is one of the items I've never seen before. There's a frying pan. And I went in my inventory, I put it in one of my hotkeys, and now I have a frying pan to beat the crap out of zombies with, which I think is pretty cool, pretty good item they added. So we're gonna scavenger, and we come up with nothing in here. Looks like we got another Christmas zombie right here. Another thing you want to do is, I'm not sure if it's on the test servers right now or if it's they added it to the actual servers, but there are vehicles. They're either going to be vehicles or there are vehicles now, which I think is a great freaking add to the game, because who wants to walk 10-15 minutes in the game to get to your friend on the other side of the map where you can scavenger and find ports for a vehicle and just take that. Now this is kind of crafty. I gotta run all the way around this fence, or I'm just not a good jumper. Either way, I want to get to the other side of this to try to scavenger some of these. You want to make sure also to check all the vehicles when you're running around them. Like I said, they're going to add vehicles, or they already did add the vehicles, but vehicles hold pretty good stuff. Water, you always need water, you always need food. Now you can start finding antibiotics, sometimes guns, hats, different things. So always make sure, just because you see a car in the middle of the road and nothing else is around it, it's a good idea to check it out, because you never know what could be in that spawn. So we're going to try to get to this one, which we found some mini saints, which is some food. We're going to need that for later on. A bottle of water out there, but we're going to try to pan fry the zombie right here. Would you like those scrambled? It's an empty bottle. And a chem light, which I'm not gonna really pick up the chem light. There's purposes for them. You can throw them. It'll show you some light and whatnot. But I don't really I like using them too much. Especially on high population servers. You throw that out, people know your position and they'll just come and kill you. A cricket bat, I'll just pick that out just in case we need it further on down the line. Another thing I want to point out on the map, hopefully I could do this before, these Blue Ridge settlement, and there's one down here. Those red circles are like safe zones. Once you get in there, say you go out scavenging, you find a large backpack, which they are different size backpacks where you can carry more things. You find a large backpack and you fill that thing up with guns and antibiotics and all kind of different goods that you can use on other characters or you might need on this character later on if you die. You can go there, there's a global inventory where you can stock stuff in there. So say you die, you start off with nothing again, which is another thing I want to point out before you get into the game. If you die on here, you lose everything. Everything I picked up so far, if somebody shoots me or a zombie kills me, it's going to fall on the ground and somebody else will come pick it up and take all the stuff. When you respawn, I should say, you will be naked. Naked as in you won't have any items. You'll have clothes, but you won't have any items. So that global inventory really helps out. If you store stuff in your global inventory, you can, and say you have a 22 pistol that you stored in there, and you die and you need to restart, you can run to a safe zone and take that 22 pistol out the safe zone, put it on your character, and you kind of have an upper hand instead of starting just plain with nothing. So I hear a bunch of zombies. I don't have my flashlight out. I think I searched this building already, so I'm gonna go to this restaurant. It looks like across the street if I can get past these zombies without dying. I picked up a good bit of bandages, which is gonna help me out. I'll be able to heal if I get hit a couple times right here. I'll be able to heal with those. You gotta bob and weave with these. A Christmas special, never seen one of those before. I'm gonna pick that up after I finish. Alright, here, we found money on the ground. Now money. Oh, Christmas special. Here comes Santa Claus. Never seen this before. Great ad. I like it. Back to the money. Zombies will drop money every now and then. Now what the money does is, when you get to a safe zone, they'll have items you can buy. Or before you start a new character, you can buy these items. Got some in the car right here. Empty can. I'm not going to really use that. You can buy these items to kind of stock your character. Oh, hit again. Stock your character with. And some things cost GC, which are gold coins. Gold coins is kind of like you pay $5, you get so many gold coins, which are kind of for the higher end items you start off with. But you can also buy stuff with money. Say I want to start off with a tactical knife. I don't have any in my global inventory, but I have like $2,000 I found off a zombie. I can use that $2,000 to go into the marketplace, buy a tactical knife, put it on my character, and I'll be set. Now another thing I want to point out, which I made the mistake of when I first started. When you die, it used to be like an hour spawn until you could spawn again, unless you had gold coins to respawn you instantly. I think they might have cut it down to 30 minutes or 19 minutes, something like that. But what I would do is, if I died, knowing that I didn't start with anything, I'd delete that character and pretty much just start a new one. Gasoline. I've never got this item before. It must be a new item, which might go on. And a repair bench. Never saw this before. I guess items have durability now and you can repair them. So that's pretty cool. Back to the characters. So I would die and it would have Ooh, a Kruger 22. Sorry for all these throw-offs right here, but I'm getting the loot. So now I got a gun, which I would say if you run around a lot of zombies, don't take out your gun and shoot. It's just going to bring more attention to you. If you can kill them with like the frying pan, or sometimes you can find katanas, tactical knives, or one of my favorites. If you can kill them with that, it won't bring as much attention to yourself, so I would go with that. But let's try to get back to the character without and dying, and the mistake I used to make. I would die, I'll see that hour wait time, and I would be like, man, I don't want to wait. But you can make like 3 or 4 characters. But what I would do is, I would delete this character, just make a new one and start over, because that new character, you always start off with that flashlight. So I would just make a new character, start off with the flashlight, and then go on my business. Well, every time you kill a zombie or a person or another player, you get experience. Like right there, you see I got 5 experience. So you get this experience. And what I didn't know is there's a skill tree. Now what this skill tree does is, when you get so much experience, they got a bunch of little slots you could pick, and you could pick like more health, or a bandage will heal you up more whenever you use it, or antibiotics will heal you up more when you use it, or different things like that. Well, there's a thing that called hardline, that if you get hardline, you could take way more damage. Like right now, probably somebody would shoot me twice, I'd be dead. 2 or 3 times, I'd be dead. Hardline, it gives you a little more durability, I guess, per se. That guy will have to shoot me 5 or 6 times. Unless he got a real powerful gun and headshots me, I could survive longer due to damage. I didn't know that, so I would delete characters right after instead of playing a character through. Now I would say it'd be smart to make 2 or 3 characters, but don't delete them. Make 2 or 3 characters that you'll play. Say this is my main character I like to play, but I die on this one, I'll have a backup character, so I don't, while waiting those however long the minutes are now, 19, 20, 30, whatever it is, I have this backup character that's pretty decent that I've been leveling up to. Have 2 or 3 of those on the back for backups, so you always can play a decent character that you've been working on. Now the last slot, you can make a character that you just play and delete, play and delete, play and delete, because say you in this 150 person server and there's a lot of PvP going on, you don't have any gold coins to res yourself, you go on the server, you die, you get on your second guy, you die, you get on your third guy, you die. You have items in your global inventory, so you make this other guy while waiting for those to res up. You kind of got that 4th guy that you can play, and he doesn't really mean much. So if he dies, you just delete him and you make a new one right after. Kind of helps you, so you always got somebody to play, and you're not always waiting on cooldowns. Now one bad thing, let me see where I'm going first. It looks like I'm going away from things. I'm going to try to hit up the Smith Estate, which I've never seen. It might be somewhere new on the map that I've never been to, or I've just never been to that place. I'm going to try to go around this water and get there. But it's nighttime, so the first impression is going to be, if it was daytime, it would be a lot better. You can see a lot more graphics. There's not really much action because I'm on a small server, just to show you kind of scenery, how the game works, mechanics of it. Later on, I'm going to get on a big server, and I will hopefully run into some other people, get into some PvP, show you the more dangers of Infestation, and it gets a lot more funner. Another thing I recommend, if you have another friend that's a big gamer, get them to play the game with you. It's much funner when you have 2 to 3 people in a group, because when PvP gets out of hand, you could post up in different places. One guy could be a spotter, one guy can... Alright, right here we got a little PvP action, and he got me. That is what I love about this game. People can come out of nowhere, shoot you, and it's you pretty much game over. You see all my items on the ground? He can come over here and take this. I'm trying to get a picture of him. If I can see it. Here he is right here. It's gonna leap my body. Looked like he had a sniper rifle. Kudos to this guy. Obviously I didn't have too much good loot. He didn't take anything. But as you can see, you can die to other players. Now instead of waiting this 22 seconds, you could just hit quit. It'll take 10 seconds to get out the game. But this is going to be the first impressions, first review. I'm going to show you a little bit out of the game. Alright, it's 20 minutes to revive your character unless you got some gold coins, which it cost 35 gold coins to resurrect now. So I'll just wait this out. I'll probably just make another character, make some more videos on high population servers, and once I get a little better gear, I'll definitely film that for you guys. Different things I was talking about, the marketplace. This is where you can spend money. As you can see, I have 2,618 dollars that I found off of zombies. I have 25 gold coins. I got whenever a mistake was making on developer side, that gave each person a little bit of gold coins. So this is what I have left of it. But if you're new, you can donate, get a little head start, be able to buy a couple items. But most of the things right here, you can buy with in-game money. You don't have to spend $1. Vaccines, food, just to get you helped out. You can start off like that. The skill tree I was talking about is right here. These skills must have passed down from another player I was playing, which is pretty cool. So you can, it's kind of, they got the RPG where you build a character kind of feel to the game. So that's pretty much my first impressions. I didn't get real great gameplay. This is one of my first impressions videos that I'm making, so bear with me. It might not be the greatest. Hopefully with your help I can improve on every video. And hope to see you next video. Subscribe, like, share your experience with Infestation. If you want to see other games reviewed, let me know. Another thing I want to add, I will make a DayZ standalone first impressions right after this video, and then after that I'm going to compare both of the games, what I liked about them, what I didn't like about them, and hopefully that would help people that are looking to get in a game like this pick the right game for them. That's when I'm going to really review both games from the gameplay I played, so stay tuned for that one. I am Gamer0232. Thanks for watching.